Yo, welcome to the No Limit podcast, also known as the No Women Cockcast. Don't snap, stop cast. Listen to what we have to say first. We're going to go into a topic today that is a no limit topic. It is, but everyone's talking about it. Whereas no limit topics are usually the topics that we'll cover that no one's willing to talk about. This one usually would fall under that category, but a lot of media outlets, a lot of different people across social media, a lot of regulars just fucking in the yard chirping are talking about this one. So we're going to talk about the swimmer, Lia Thomas. Now, she is Lia Thomas. That I will say that is first. She is Lia Thomas because as No Limit states, you can be and you can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. She is Lia Thomas. What do you know about it, or you want me to keep going?
I don't really know all the detail. I know the base story, as usual. I'm always the uninformed one on these things. I feel like I go on current events. But I really think that this one's not that deep.
You think it's not that deep?
Like,
in what way, though?
In the way that, like, she just obviously shouldn't be competing against other women.
And it would seem that way. So for anybody,
you know?
I think this is going to become a catchphrase of mine. If you've been living under a rock. Maybe. Maybe. We'll think about it.
No.
Today,
Did you see the picture of her in the standings and the one girl look like she's like obviously upset, but it doesn't look like she's upset that she lost. It looks like she's upset that she lost to a biological male. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, you could see it in her face.
Right.
For sure.
She's like, this is nonsense. We worked so hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So anybody living under a rock, Lia Thomas is formerly a male named William Thomas, born biologically male, full-on cock. Full-on penis.
That's how we should start. That's how we should start.
Wasn't a hermaphrodite, wasn't like a half and half deal, full-on.
That's exactly how we should start.
Probably has had plenty boners in her life.
Damn. She definitely had boners.
Right.
That's
crazy. I guess that's a cool aspect of like being trans. You experience boners and then you experience whatever.
Yeah, but are they men? Trans men or trans women? So they're trans women because they were a man, right? So they're trans woman?
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah,
do trans women then get the same sensation of like a natural vagina? I don't think so.
That is a question that I wouldn't even begin to answer because I have zero clue. I'm
going to say they don't.
Bro, we can't answer that question. We're fucking two straight white men. We should not even be talking about this topic. We can't answer whether trans women fucking feel the same orgasm as cis women. Yeah, I know my fucking term, cis women.
You know what? We got to get rid of the straight white man like name. We got to come up with like something like a name for it. You know what I mean? Like the straight white male.
It's called neo-Nazis.
Nah, dude. There's got to be like a nice one. I want like a nice name.
A nice neo-Nazi. Triple N.
Like the Washington football team. Huh?
The NNN.
NNN.
Nice neo-Nazis.
Nah. What about nice Nazis? What's wrong with that? Nah, we got to come up with a name. Because now you got everyone like, you straight white males don't we got to just drop it. We got to underground come up with a new name, but not any type of rebellion now. Let's not get crazy, guys, all right? Hold on.
Won't see me at the White House.
Hold on. Yeah, I ain't charging nothing.
So, back to William Thomas, Lia Thomas now, formerly William Thomas.
Also,
he was.
All right, what are you going to say, go?
I think maybe like, it's either like 368 or 468.
All right, it's 426.
He was 426 in male standings.
Listen to me.
And he is number fucking one.
I love it.
Numero uno.
I love it that you were going there with this because that's exactly what I was going to talk about is the ranking. I call absolute bullshit on that ranking to begin with.
What do you mean? You think he should have been higher on the male?
No, I just like... Do they really have is there really a consensus ranking of every male swimmer in a high school across the United States?
No, he's in college. He's at University of Penn. This is a local topic.
Oh, now, I'm stupid.
Yes, he's at University of Penn. He couldn't do it in high school because I don't know if you're allowed to make that decision.
No, I thought they were talking about his high school rank. Like he was 426.
Possibly. It
all right.
might have been. No, you might be right on that.
Because that picture looked like he was young.
No, you might be right on that. That in high school he was that.
And I was like, did they really have a ranking for that? And it just looks like a fake news.
Do you
post.
have your phone? I was gonna say.
Oh my god, I have it on me too. That's crazy.
You can fact check that whether he was ranked that in high school or he was ranked that in college. And I'm saying he because at the time he was a he. Now she is a she. That's fine. Like we said, Leah. That's who she is. That is who she is.
What's his name? Andrew?
William.
William
Not what
Thomas.
I thought. I thought it was going to be Liam, but maybe that's what people called him because he goes
swimmer
from Liam
ranking.
to
It's
Leah.
literally the top.
And dude, so he's 400 and something, and goes straight to number 1. It's just absolute insanity.
No, I don't even think it matters.
Like
it doesn't even really matter what his college rank was as a male athlete. The fact that he is a male athlete, and he's he was a big dude. Swimmers are big dudes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're
that's
long.
the thing too that I want to get into.
So
that
he
swimming,
naturally just has longer reach and stride than every female swimmer.
Cause I won't let you do this podcast without getting her pronouns right. No limits.
All right. So, I'm referring to the male biology that he's just naturally going to have. Like he can, he can take medicine and stuff that transitions
grows
him.
boobs, but
Right.
you can't lose the fact that
But
you got a 6-foot wingspan.
Right. That's just not happening. While all the other girls have probably like 3/4 of what you have, at best.
And that's the thing about it too. Swimming is such a sport where it's gonna matter that you were biologically a male.
It's just non.
There's no way of erasing it.
They can't compete.
You have
fairly.
a 6-foot something wingspan, and you're going against people who have 5-foot wingspan.
Right. So
it's swimming. It's just the rules of math and how far you go on a stroke versus how far they go on a stroke. You're going to win.
Why I think this is unfortunate is because now she, Leah Thomas, cannot. I don't think she can even compete. You know what I mean?
No, she can. What do you mean?
Does she compete against males then?
No, she just won that event.
I don't think that it's fair. I don't think that she should be able to compete with
right.
those
You're
women.
saying that if they were to kick her out,
dude,
of the
these women
which
train
is
their
probably not
entire
gonna
lives.
happen.
These women train their entire lives, right? And they're just not naturally born that big. Like they're just not. Like I just don't see it. I don't know, but it's tough.
Yeah.
Because he's transitioned to a woman. He's now a woman. He's now Leah Thomas. He's not William Thomas.
Right.
So what does he do? He's like, if it's him, he's like, I love swimming. I'm supposed to stop swimming because I'm a woman. You know what I mean? It's not fair to him. But like, what do you like? That's a tricky situation.
That's a weird. Yeah, that's a weird way to look at it because what you just said sparked something in my mind. You said he loved swimming. When he was a man, he loved swimming. But he decided in his mind that he needed to transfer to a woman. He still loves swimming.
Yeah,
I feel that.
And that's what he does, right? He's a swimmer. That's his life.
Yeah, maybe he's not going after some type of fame or some type of money. It's just like, dog, I'm not going to quit swimming just because I changed to a woman. Which in that sense, no limit. I feel her. Like,
yeah,
I could see where you're coming from on that.
Good shit on that pronoun getting right. I think we're already canceled for getting it wrong a few times.
No, I didn't get it wrong once. You can go back, check the tapes.
That
right there was the closest I got. I almost said
really?
The other one, but I remembered. Yeah, that's a good point because rapper Lil Boosie, shout out Lil Boosie, he said in an interview with Vlad that he went off. He was screaming about it. He was like, you know what the fuck's gonna happen, man? The next motherfucker is just gonna look at this shit and start raising a strong ass little boy, get him fucking big as shit, bulky motherfucker, and then just turn him into a woman.
Did you see?
Because motherfuckers stink money.
Real quick, did you see Soulja Boy calling out Pete Davidson?
No.
You gotta watch that later. That's funny as shit. But
that's what Lil Boosie thought. Lil Boosie assumed that people now are going to see this and start thinking money and think, yo, I'm just going to raise up a dude, fucking get him as good of an athlete as I can. If he can't make it in male athletics, I could just transition them to a woman or breed them kind of to do that. That's what Lil Boosie said. He's thinking
I think that's too crazy. You can't teach somebody, be like, all right, now what we're going to do, dude, since you're not really working out in men's sports, we're going to make you a full-blown woman. Like, I don't think that can really happen. You know what I mean?
It could, though.
It could. I think if it could, it's real
not
crazy outlier,
I
though.
don't think that it would be as bad as he said. He acts like everyone and their mother would be fucking raising kids to transition them and then make them pro athletes. I don't think it would be like that. But there would be this scenario where you get a fucking dad or a mom crazy enough and a kid who's susceptible enough and maybe even sort of like has some type of thoughts, not sure about themselves, and the parent exploits it. There would be, if it keeps going this direction, there would guaranteed be at least one scenario like that where an adult or a peer or somebody would fucking use that as an opportunity to get to a gold mine. What they think would be a gold mine. Also,
I don't know, dude. The max contract for like a WNBA superstar like Brittany Griner is like $220,000.
But it would change.
Why?
That's what they're saying. It would definitely change.
Why?
Imagine if a guy who trains to a woman, this goes back to your point, do you say a trans man or trans woman? Like, is it what you are now? Or
I'm pretty sure she's a
as?
transgendered woman.
We're going to go with that.
I believe.
So imagine if a transgender woman joins the WNBA.
Yes.
Viewership would skyrocket.
Would it really?
At least in the short term. And then if they really dominated and were just fucking dunking on heads, viewership would continue to be
I don't think it would. That's like saying the XFL because they started up. It's another football league. We love football. It would take off. The thing failed twice.
That's not it, bro.
Why? Why would you watch the WNBA where there's just one man, female, right? Like dominating when you can just watch the NBA that you've known and loved for your whole life?
Well, it would be shock value in the beginning.
At the beginning, it'd be like more like gimmicky, honestly.
And then if if you had enough of them in the league, like let's say every team was assigned one trans
so it's just
player.
the NBA again. It's just the NBA D League.
And that's what they're saying is going to be the no D League.
The no D League.
Yeah, the no D League.
Yeah.
Wow, what if they just started that? It was like a hybrid league.
That's what
just
they
like
need,
trans
though.
women.
That's
their own league.
That's what I'm saying. There's like, if you're going to allow them to compete, right? Because they should, right? Because Leah Thomas loves to swim. Just because she transgenders to, she changes her gender, she switches to what she's comfortable with, doesn't mean she can't swim anymore. But there should be an outlier competitive league dedicated to those people.
Yeah. That would be sick.
They get their own.
Maybe that's where we're headed with it. But the thing is, there's not enough.
Well, the more it becomes socially acceptable, that can happen.
There's not enough trans athletes to really form a league.
Right, but people like Leah Thomas are the ones on like the ground floor of probably what's going to be a future of just transgender athletes.
But do you think that like there's anyone who could potentially, like, let's say a swimmer, right? Let's say you're a short guy. Let's say you love swimming, but you're fucking 5'5", and you weigh 200 pounds, and you transition to a woman. I think there's potential there for you to still be trash in the women's league of swimming. Like, you might still lose. That dude, William, who turned into Leah, she already had the genetics to be a great swimmer. What if you didn't have the great swimmer genetics?
William Thomas was ranked 426, though. How many people swim at each school?
426, though. At least he was probably on scholarship to a college. If you get a scholarship to a college, you're good enough, bro.
Bro, I don't think swimming's that big to be like 426 is a good ranking.
Of every college in the country, bro, that's pretty good. They probably only rank up to like 500, and there's probably a total of like 5,000.
Yeah, you might be right.
Like, he's in the top 10%. As much as you want to say he's way back.
Now he's the top 1%, baby.
Now he's the top 1%.
Now she's killing it.
She's the top 1%. Fuck. That was
there you go.
First slip up. But yeah.
Leah Thomas, I think she does kill it.
I think we got onto something here. Eventually, there might just have to be complete trans leagues. But then you get into a question of, like, you got to have a trans men league. You got to have...
Yeah. WNBAT. NBAT.
Dude, side note, and we have another side note on this, so we got to fucking get to it. But how about we're talking about Brittany Griner.
I know, yo.
About the closest thing to a male, because she is lesbian.
That makes her close to trans? Are you canceled? You fucking asshole.
I'm saying it's the closest thing the WNBA has right now. Because she dominates.
Why? Because she's good? She's a male?
She was something who kind of got some shock value, some instantaneous, more audience for the WNBA.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about her basketball career right now. She's like a prisoner of war.
Yeah, she's
literally getting like held up in Russia.
It is fucked up though. Like, she brought oil cartridges like in her bag. Like, it's like I just wouldn't do that in Russia. Like, I get it.
She's
It's
Brittany
not-
Griner.
Exactly.
She's like, fuck the
You're
world.
Brittany Griner.
I'm on top of shit.
You're like one of the most famous women in the world. But just use your head a little bit. You're going to fucking Russia. I would not.
At this time.
I would not do. Not even at this time. She went a while back before she even knew any of this was going to go on. Now she's being kept prisoner of war.
Oh, she's trying to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Now she's being kept prisoner of war as like a.
So was she in like jail?
No, so I don't think she was trying to leave. What I think happened is she showed up there with oil cartridges in her bag. They got her at the airport, at the gate, then put her in jail. As tension started to rise between Russia and the rest of the world, they realized, like, yo, this is a pretty high prominent figure from the United States we have here. Like, we can use her as a political chess piece. And that's kind of what her situation is right now. But going back to the beginning, it's like, in general, even though you didn't know what was going on, Russia. All I know about Russia, that would probably be the last place that I decided to do something that's illegal to them.
Bro, plus you're going to Russia, she's what, like a 6 foot, like 6 black woman?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're honestly probably just looking at her like, don't see that every day. And now I'm working the airport.
Yeah.
You know, it's my duty to check, suspicious activity or things that are out of the ordinary, right? So now you see something out of the ordinary, you're like, oh, I'm gonna check this bag.
You think the intro of the No Women Cockcast is better or worse, just PC wise, than the No Limit Podcast, also known as the Dykes and Bikes Cast? Because later we're gonna talk about Philly specials, which includes
I think the first one.
seeing dirt bikes and motorcycles around this time of year, and we're definitely getting into some fucking dyke talk right now
D-talk.
with Brittany Griner.
This is a classic D-talk. No,
Not a derogatory term, just a term that, you've always known to fucking
That's not a
describe.
derogatory term?
It's not in my mind.
Oh,
It
okay.
really isn't. Like, I feel like if I refer to someone, oh, that's a dyke, like, I'm not saying anything about them as a person. I'm literally just saying they're lesbian.
Well, we'll see what the world thinks.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Brittany Griner got down like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's like a young MA type where she gets hose.
Really?
Yeah.
That's lit.
All them, like, and honestly, the term dyke is really more referred to a type of girl like that who is like a player, who's more like a guy who like just gets bitches. You know what I mean? Like
we honestly,
Brittany
I think we
Griner
need
type.
more of them in the media. So it's young MA, not young Ma.
I believe it's young MA.
I don't know if it's young Ma, young MA.
There's a period between the M and the A.
I think she's dope. I love to hang out with her.
Yeah.
I would love to get fried and then drink with her. You know what I mean? She's probably cool shit to hang out with.
She's got good music too.
She
for
does have
real.
good music.
She can rap. Like,
She can rap her ass
seriously.
off.
You know who she reminds you of?
She's
Ice
got
Cube.
sauce.
Not Ice Cube the rapper, but just Ice Cube as like a persona. She gives me Ice Cube vibes.
That's a
O'Shea
great way.
Jackson Jr. vibes.
That's a great way to describe her, actually.
Dude, how about we're getting like a little off the rails here, but maybe this episode is off the rails part 2. But
This episode is like canceled volume 1. This is like a crazy
Canceled
episode. Yeah, this is
volume 1.
like
they're
knows?
making a Friday prequel.
dude, they're just redoing everything.
And wait, here's the best part, the best worst part. They're casting Drewski. I know you like Drewski,
My boy.
but they're
Shout out
casting
Drewski.
Drewski as Ice Cube's character instead of his son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Why?
O'Shea Jackson Jr. literally is
Like, it's
Ice
just
Cube.
Ice Cube.
like he's
again.
literally Ice Cube.
It's just if you want to make the movie like,
Bro, you
just
know I was
get
watching-
Ice Cube again.
Did you see the movie
His
with
son.
Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron?
No,
Long Shot?
No.
He's in that. O'Shea Jackson's in that. And the back of his head is Ice Cube's back of his head. You know what I mean? Like, literally, it's just Ice Cube. Like you said, Ice Cube again. We get Ice Cube for another 40 years at least.
Yeah.
You know?
he's back.
Guess who's back? Nah, yeah, I don't know. I fuck with Drewski, so fuck it. Make him Ice Cube, sure.
Yeah, I think Drewski is going to be fun.
But like, did you see the Fresh Prince one? Like, they're just redoing everything. It doesn't even look anything like Fresh Prince.
Yeah, Fresh Prince already came out, right? Like, that's running, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so I won't miss this opportunity because I did miss it with Young M.A. Fresh Prince is a great opportunity to transition to Philly specials, our second topic. So what we mean by that is just like things that you really see in Philadelphia.
Crime.
Like we're not talking like Philly specials. We're not talking cheesesteaks and pretzels here. Like we're talking about like you gotta live in the fucking hood to really know what's going on in Philly.
Real
like,
quick,
for
can
real.
we just talk about how saturated the Philly cheesesteak like market is? You know what I mean? Like just like the content about it, how everyone just talks about it. Like every time, like even still to this day, if the Eagles play on, Thanksgiving, all they're talking about is, oh, and get yourself a Philly cheesesteak because the Eagles are coming to play ball. It's like, shut the fuck up. Who gives a fuck? It's a sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, what is the deal, yo? They're really not that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They are just a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's nothing to die for.
It's like they're an example of like people will find anything to get themselves excited about going somewhere.
So there's a great term that recently has developed in my life, and it's nacho butt. I feel like people who eat cheesesteaks like frequently are just nacho butts. Nacho butts is just somebody you know a nacho butt when you see them.
Right.
I wish I can do like a name game with you so you can like get a gist.
I know what a nacho butt is, bro. They will be shown. Nacho butt.
Dan Fogler. Look up Dan Fogler, the actor, before like the Harry Potter movies he was in when he was fat. Dan Fogler was a
Straight
stereotypical nacho butt.
Yeah, but like, dude, cheesesteaks are just an example of how far people will go to fucking get themselves excited to go somewhere. Like you said, it's a sandwich, dog. Like you're gonna go.
John's roast pork.
You're gonna go to Gino. Like you're gonna travel to Philadelphia. You're gonna get a hotel room in Center City. You and your kids are probably just gonna walk around Center City, maybe hit the Franklin Institute Art Museum or something. And on that trip, you're gonna go somewhere like Gino's, Pat Steaks, and get a cheesesteak.
Oh, let's go to Pat Steaks
and really believe that you're doing something like cultural.
This is so Philly.
That you're doing something that is even remotely tied. What's the word for like not anywhere else? That is even remotely tied like solely to this place. Anywhere in the world you can make a cheesesteak. Now, anywhere in the world, they're usually making it with them green peppers. Like that's how you know if it's wrong for me. If you're serving up green peppers, then you don't know what you're talking about. But you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to the fucking flat iron.
What do you get on your cheesesteak?
Either Whiz Wit or American.
You always get onions though?
Yeah.
Fried onions
and
or
I
raw?
probably eat like one a year.
Yeah, I told somebody that I don't eat a lot of cheesesteaks, like one of our friends, and they were like,
yeah.
What do you mean?
Right.
They were like, no, you don't. You eat way more than you're saying you do. And I was like, I really don't, though.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that last summer there was one night where I was hammered and I went to Pat's, got a cheesesteak, walked over to Gino's and got another cheesesteak. Yeah, bro.
That's nacho butt, dog. What the Yo, what?
Yeah.
We're sitting here being jaded about cheesesteaks.
I did do this, though. I know.
And you recently ate two.
Like back to back.
From the tourist locations.
Yeah, it's actually funny we're talking about this because also my brother was texting me the other day. He sent me a picture of him at Lion at John's down the street.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, fuck Dave Portnoy. Fuck Dave Portnoy.
Who said that?
My brother, because Dave Portnoy
he did the John's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's like even more mob than ever, right? Because like all these people are finding out about it more and more and more because this fucking
I want
barstool
to see him
blows
eat
up.
or chill with him and eat like a bowl of chicken and rice.
Nah.
Can we just have something like that you're gonna eat?
You know how
at the
Dave
house?
Portnoy does that? If we want to rip him off, what we should do is just go to like every like shitty spot,
Every shithole.
like China House number 5 and like any like food truck in like a bad spot, and just eat everything. Just try it all.
China House number 5. We'd have to get the cheesesteak egg roll, but let's fucking get off this basic shit and get into the real Philly special shit that you gotta.
You want that Philly?
You gotta be from around the way to know about this shit.
Yeah,
you really do. Number one.
What's your favorite Philly character?
Favorite Philly character?
Yeah,
that's
like your favorite like notorious Philly character.
Let me think about that. Back in my Temple days, there used to be this guy named Flips who was a homeless dude. And, like, I respected his hustle because he wasn't just sitting around begging for money. He literally perused the neighborhood. And if you knew him as Flips, you could be like, yo, hit a flip. and he'll do it. And then you just give him $1 or something. Bro, for like a 5 or 10, he would get, I don't know if you ever seen like how temple houses are designed, but there's like usually stairs that are pretty tall outside, and then there's like a railing.
Yeah.
Like, whereas, well, you got a little porch deal, but most Philly houses are just like 3 steps up to the door.
Yeah.
And that's it. Up there, there's like a railing, a bunch of stairs. For a 5 or 10, bro, he'll get on top of the railing and hit a backflip. Yeah, he's a good character, bro. Yeah. And he's entertaining.
Know who I think mine's is, yo? All time? Hippie Andy. Remember Hippie Andy, dude? I feel like as a kid, we had this character in the neighborhood, and I think he was like a Vietnam War veteran, and he literally dressed in like full, like almost like comical hippie, like
acid
regalia.
garb.
Yeah, like he's wearing like trippy headbands and like a trippy like flowy button down
Spike
shirt.
the lead with the acid drop.
And he's wearing like fucking like open toe like brown shoes all year. Like he's just a hippie, right? And he was like an old dude.
Hit the rain dance.
And yeah, you would see him in the street, and I swear to God, as a kid, you would see him coming from like 6 blocks away. And everybody would be like, here comes Andy. Here comes Hippie Andy. And he would get close and be like, Andy. And he would go, oh, like all, because he was nuts.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, Andy, do the rain dance. And this dude would literally go into a full dance on command.
Right.
That's how you know that he
From
was just
fucking 9-year-old kids.
Dude, literally just was walking down the street with ShopRite bags. And kids like, Andy, do the rain dance. And this dude just starts doing a rain
And he
dance.
would hit it.
Yeah.
One of these, right? He would be like...
Yeah, and then he would walk away. Dude, that was a crazy character.
Fucking Paulie strutting on the podcast.
That was great.
That was a classic podcast.
He hit a
moment.
crazy strut there.
He's
He's
getting
a
him
classic
fucking
Philly
knees up.
character.
He's getting him
Dude.
knees up.
Oh, no.
Is this your card?
Is this your card? Bro, he's a classic Philly character. Shout out him.
Wait.
Damn, dude, there's a lot.
Philly Elmo.
Elmo's no. I just saw him days ago.
Philly Elmo is like, he put the work in, bro. Philly Elmo has put the work in. Because I remember days back when I was a young buck living right over there on Daly. Philly Elmo would come down the block, and it was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it got to the point where when you first saw that, you really were like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is the craziest hustle I ever seen. Like, I understand hustling, but you're really going to be walking around beating a drum, dancing like Elmo. And that was kind of the mindset of, I feel like, people seeing it at first. And then you saw it so often, and you realized that they were putting in so much work to improve the act and, like, play the drum better. Elmo was hitting better dances. Like, this was a legit production. Like, they wanted to make something out of this, and it became so poppin' that everyone knows Philly Elmo.
I think we underestimate, like, how great Philly Elmo is for, like, the community. Like, on some, like, NoLimit shit. Like, he just walks around like that. They just walk around and just, everyone's smiling. Like, everyone's just positive. It's just nothing but positivity.
Breakdancing.
And Elmo's just getting it. They're slapping drums. And like, no matter who you are, where you are, what your situation is, you're like, yeah, Philly Elmo, let's go.
I fuck with Philly Elmo so heavy.
Shout out Philly
honestly.
Elmo. We'd love to get him on the podcast.
When I was younger, I was not fucking with him, but I really fuck with Philly Elmo.
Nah, I saw the video. I the first thing I saw of Philly Elmo was a video of him by Lincoln Financial in the street. And they were just like doing that. I was like, that's fun. But I thought it was like a one-time deal. Someone was just fucking around one night. But then you just like, I actually like saw him out in public. And then started seeing him out in public more often. I was like, this is like a recurring thing. Dude, did Philly Jesus retire?
Bro, I think he got arrested a bunch of times.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't know what they arrested him for, but I remember he was getting in a bunch of trouble. Which is actually fucking kind of crazy.
Really?
It makes you feel like he's more actually Jesus. That he's got haters like that.
Dude, what if he really was?
You gotta think, like, he had my mind fucked up, Philly Jesus, because you gotta think, like, when I saw people treating him bad, I just started to think, like, yo, this is kind of what they told me the real Jesus got treated like.
Dude,
they
if you think about it, if somebody came back, if the Jesus Christ that we know, like from Scripture, came back
and really started telling people, nobody would
believe him.
Come on.
He would be an insane person, right? Like, he would be, like, shunned. They'd be like, dude, look at this idiot.
I mean, unless he could, like, fucking levitate shit and, like, do all this
but you have to. But that was the
shit.
thing about Jesus, was that, like, oh, guys, I'm very special and strong, but if I have to show you, you don't actually believe me. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying nothing. You know, I don't want to say nothing bad about Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? But
Not our Lord and Savior.
it's pretty crazy that really if he were to come back and start to actually be Jesus again, like, people would fuck him up. You know? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
he would really just end up in bad situations. Like, Philly Jesus would always be around drunk people.
Imagine if he came back as a straight white male.
Oh, dude, over. What are we going to call them? What about commandos?
Let's just call them Jesus.
Jesus walks. Nah, I don't know.
I made Jesus walk 'cause I'm never going to hell.
Did you watch Genius?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it too.
I watched the first episode. It's
Crazy.
like, it's weird because I grew up on 2 other documentaries. The Lil Wayne documentary, which was only available through like old school iTunes. Wasn't no Apple
Really?
Music shit. You had to buy this joint.
Remember you had to buy like Apple
then
iTunes cards and
eventually-
shit?
I think like if you bought the deluxe version of like the Carter or one of those albums, the little DVD thing that was just following him
It
around,
came with
it
it.
came with it, and then also you could buy it for like $10 or something. But then eventually it obviously became available on streaming since then. So I saw that one, the Lil Wayne one, and that one was so organically done. And then I also saw another one, a Travis Scott one, not the one that he recently put out, making Astroworld. He had another one that was like a making of the album for an earlier project that was very organic. And what I'm getting at with the Genius one is like, it's not organic. I know the footage was made by that guy, Cootie, at the time without a purpose. So it was just kind of organic footage. But Netflix fucking formulated that documentary so specifically that it didn't come off as organic and for that reason as good as the Lil Wayne one or the Travis Scott one that I've seen before.
That's an interesting take on it. I really didn't expect you to go into it like that. I just thought it was all right.
That's why I didn't even finish it, because it was like episode 1 finished, and I was like, but I know this is going somewhere. Like, you're trying to get a story over on
Dude,
me.
you know, it's a
Like,
shame.
you're trying to tell me something about Kanye that I gotta believe. You're not just showing me the makings of his stuff, which the other documentaries were.
It's a shame because, like, now you see Kanye getting into the news again in the negative light with this Pete Davidson stuff. It's just like, is this guy ever going to just be steady?
Young Skeet.
Dude, what's going on with him, bro? He's just taking everyone's girl. Like, that's just what he does.
Bro, it's so fake and fabricated. My
You think it's
man's
fake?
fucking ugly as balls.
You don't think it's real?
That dude wouldn't get a girl at fucking the bar
Dude,
over here.
You have to realize, yes, he would. Girls love dumb. Look dumb. Look goofy. Be different.
Bro, he don't look good. He looks sick.
He does look goofy. He's got like big fat lips and like bleached hair and tattoos everywhere, and his eyes are like, he looks like he hasn't slept in like 8 days. He's probably got an earring, and he's tall. That's all girls want to see. Is like a drugged out looking dude who's tall with tattoos. Dude, you could have a nurse with 401k and like great savings, but if she sees a junky looking dude with a fucking hat and earring and tattoos, like a neck tattoo, she's sold. Sold.
Hey.
Marry me. I really do. Like, I don't know.
Let's take a second to introduce that it's officially short season.
It is short season.
Podcast. We are here bright and fucking early, bro.
We are here bright and early, but I'm fired up because you know why? Jack Harlow. Average ass looking dude, curly ass, goofy hair, and a terrible beard. And all girls do is post them.
Is that what you're going for? Just curly hair? And
Everyone
beard?
tells me I'm Jack Harlow.
Danny Harlow.
But I don't think our hair looks anything alike.
It's sort of similar. I mean, if you
I
had
think his hair's
if
way
it was a little
more
more
like
bushy.
His is just like more curly everywhere.
And you got more.
Mine's like curls.
And your head is more square, so your hair looks square. Whereas like he has a different shaped face, so his hair looks like circle.
Yeah.
To me.
But like,
if I had to give a shape to your hair, it would be circle. His would be
he's
square.
literally a goofy white dude who raps. So girls love him. And there's other examples of this. MGK. Tall looking drugged out dude with tattoos. Girls love him.
Bro, he just said something. I just saw something about him that he said something crazy. But I want to get back on the fucking Philly Jones before we move on. I feel like there was one more. Oh,
Any bowl.
Bike life. No, not Philly characters. Just another Philly
bike life.
Interesting.
It is crazy when you see like 300 bikes just come down the street.
I feel like that goes on in New York too, but Philly I feel like is where it originated. Just fucking dirt bikes on dirt bikes. Just coming down the block.
When I got the bicycle ones
Back
too.
on Snyder, where we used to record RIP to the old set,
RIP.
consistently.
Yeah.
Not even only dirt bikes. Sometimes they were crews of bicycles.
Yeah, it'd be a bicycle sometimes.
Those are a little more annoying because it's like, all right, if you got the dirt bikes out, like I understand that's fun, whatever. You're in the streets, like I'm cool with that. But if you're gonna hold up traffic to be on a fucking Huffy,
And
dog,
you know, this ain't
chill.
like they're not just taking a joyride. Like you'll see 300 bikes coming down the street and they're all doing wheelies. Like it's like a whole thing. It's crazy looking.
the other day on Roosevelt Boulevard, I saw the negative effects of that. I seen a dude. The dirt bike was in the middle of the street. He was laying on the ground. He was laying on the ground. He was laying, you know the median? There's like a median, Roosevelt Boulevard, like that grass part.
Yeah.
The dirt bike was in the street. There was a couple cars stopped, and there was a dude laying on the ground. And I didn't even want to look over, and thank God, because the person I was driving with told me. They were like, oh my God, that's a kid. And I saw that the guy who was laying on the ground was young to begin with, so I thought maybe she meant him. And I was just hoping for the best. I was like, yeah, maybe it's just him, but I'm not looking over just in case it's not. And then later she told me that, yeah, the dude who I saw laying on the ground was actually covering somebody else who was on the ground, who was a kid who was riding that dirt bike and fucking got hurt. And I didn't want to see what happened. But that's the risk you take when you do that shit. That's what I was thinking. It's just like, damn. And the kid's parents were picking him up. And I was just thinking, like, as his parent, you got to see him leave on that dirt bike every day. And I'm not saying to stop him from doing it, but you had to kind of think that that was a potential outcome, that he was going to get seriously hurt.
Yeah, they probably just, he wants a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Give him
and,
a dirt bike.
and now you're fucking scraping him off the side of the road.
Dude, those things are crazy. They're probably so fun, though.
People out by where I live are always riding fucking dirt bikes in the woods. There's like woods in the back of the neighborhood. Dirt bike heavy.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so great to just get on a dirt bike. Imagine like living out in the mountains and having like an ATV and just get on a quad.
Yeah.
And just yeah, that'd be so that'd be so dope.
One more thing that we have to cover before we get out of here. And we'll see if you can rap with me a little bit at the end. But it was supposed to actually be a pre-topic to our first topic. Because if you guys didn't know, if you can't see the sunlight coming through, it is 8:30 in the morning.
It is early.
I got here about 7:40. So we're up bright and early, sitting here to talk pod.
So pod.
And it just got my mind thinking of what is on your mind when you wake up in the morning. Is it dumb shit? If it's dumb shit, how do you address the fact that it is dumb shit and start thinking about better things when you first wake up? Because like we just did, we just talked about the girl, Leah Thomas, swimming at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's not the first thing that was on my mind because I was up early, but you get the gist. Why am I thinking of that? Now, we have a reason. We have a podcast. You're probably going to hear this at night. You're going for a jog. You're going for a drive. You're doing a little lifting. You want to listen to it. You want to hear some NoLimit takes, some any takes.
Any take.
Any take. But you in your regular life, and even me, like when I'm not doing the podcast, and Danny when he's not doing the podcast, what are you getting up and thinking about?
You're asking me? Dude, a lot of times I wake up with stress.
Stress.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to be more mindful of just what are you waking up thinking about?
I wake up and be like, I got to get to work. I got to, it's just there's
You wake up in a rush.
Yeah, that's.
Are you usually like you're not late for work, but are you usually like kind of hustling to get ready to go?
Sometimes I'm late. I have to drive an hour to get there. It's like, and I drive on the Schuylkill. The Schuylkill can be fucked up for any reason at any given time.
At any time, it could be 4 in the morning.
And and I could look at my Waze app and it says leave if you want to get there by 12, leave at 11:30. So I'll leave 15 minutes before that and then end up 15 minutes late. It's like the Schuylkill is just fucked up. So
that's the worst, dude, that you can't, when you work far, you need to be somewhere that's far away. You can't control traffic.
Nothing you can do.
No matter how long it says, you could still end up late. That is an annoying part of life that Elon Musk is trying to solve by creating underground tunnels.
Well, Elon Musk, get on it in my lifetime, please. But hopefully one day we just get big enough I don't have to worry about that.
The inspiration for this was just like, one, the fact that we're doing a podcast, we talk about whatever. So when you're doing that, who knows what could be on your mind early morning?
You know, I mean, I don't know how you wake up, but I think a lot of people are like me, where they wake up and be like, I have to get to work, I have to go get a coffee, I have to get breakfast, I have to get this, I have to do that, I gotta get a shower. Like, we need to all, like, as a society, I think things are really coming to a head with stress.
Calm down.
We all just need to wake up. Even if you had to wake up earlier.
I feel like I've seen more road rage lately than ever.
You know what I mean? Even if you have to cut yourself the hour of sleep.
I thought you were going to say even if you have to cut yourself. I was
No,
like, where
no,
the
no.
fuck are you going
Even if
with
you have
this?
to cut your wrists. Even if you have to cut yourself like another hour of sleep, just wake up early. I know sometimes it's hard, but just give yourself the time. And you really, like, you should really just sit there for 5 minutes when you wake up and just, like,
meditate.
and then get up. Not, like, get up, like, hear the alarm blaring and run out. Like,
I heard a
it's
bunch
too
of crazy
much.
shit. Like, wake up. I saw somebody saying, wake up and do 50 push-ups.
Should
As soon as
always
you
wake up and jerk
roll out
off.
of your bed.
Always wake up and jerk off.
That is actually terrible.
Yeah, porn
You will be
blast in your
tired
face.
the rest of the day.
Yeah, and there's the first thing you intake for the day is just porn. porn and jerking off.
There's just been, like, another inspiration is that there's just been this week, I've gotten texts in the morning that just make me think, like, what are you people thinking about at 8 o'clock in the morning? Like, there's got to be something better on your mind. There's got to be something more productive than you texting me about this at 8 a.m. Like, there just has to be. Don't bother anyone with dumb shit before 11 a.m. Can we set that as a no limit rule? Don't bother anyone with anything that isn't fucking important.
I like that. It's
Before
not
11
10:30.
a.m.
It's not 8 a.m. It's 11 a.m. Like, you should be up by now. If you're not, that's kind of on you that you're sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, you should be up and had your day started by 11 a.m. You know, for most people, unless you work overnight or something, different schedule. That actually, I like that because it goes hand in hand with my other rule that if you black out drunk, right? You get blacked out hammered. You were out all night. You don't know what happened.
Right.
If no one texts you by 1 p.m., like, bro, that was some fucked up shit last night. Why'd you do that? That was out of pocket. Like, if you don't get that text by 1 p.m., nothing happened. You're good.
You're all good.
Solid. Nobody's mad at you.
I've never blacked out in my
So
life.
people who get the Sunday scaries, just by 1 p.m. on that Sunday, if no one hits you up, you're good. You've never blacked out in your life.
Like, you're saying, and this is the definition I know it as, that you wake up and you don't remember what happened the night before because you were so drunk.
Yes.
I've been drunk as fuck in my lifetime. I've thrown up, like, violently. But never have I woken up and not remembered what I did the night before.
That's crazy. I definitely have a ton. A lot.
But I feel like that goes hand in hand with, like, Xanax.
No, but
Are
some
you
people
on
like
Xanax?
huh?
Are you on Xanax?
Are you on the Zans? Nah. No, I'm really not. But like, I have friends, like, we have friends of ours that they only go out to
do
black
perks.
out. Perk 30 that I had. Nah. But they
Perk
really
30
do go out and
even
black
bad.
out. That's the point. I'm blacking out tonight. Now, I've never went out and be like, I'm blacking out tonight. You know what I mean? I'll go out and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drink, or like, I'm trying to take it easy.
Yeah.
Taking it easy always turns into blacking out. By the way, if you say you're taking it easy, you wind up blacking out. That's just always how it goes. Because I don't know if myself saying I'm taking it easy relaxes my brain on the amount of drinks I'm actually drinking, and before I know it, I'm just hammered because everything's just more comfortable. I don't know. I really don't know.
Blacking out, yo, I'm crashing out in a 2024 Tundra. Yo,
Actually,
I'm backing out.
It's I don't got it. I'm backing
I'm about
out.
to beat your ass. You need a shellacking now.
Slacking now. What's clack-a-lacking now?
No Limit Pod getting money, boy. We stacking now.
Damn. Got nothing.
I'm on the Jazz
Look,
Jerry
you hit me with a
Stackhouse.
difficult one, though. Huh?
I'm on the Jazz Jerry Stackhouse.
Stackhouse is also the name of a burger at Patio Wax.
All right, what rhyme do you want?
I don't know.
Who are they and what do they want?
Who are they and what do they want?
Leah Thomas got a smelly ass. That is a fucking 50.
Dog. I put it in a
That ain't no problem for me, dog. I put it in her butt.
Put it in a butt. I touch her guts.
Pulled down the pants and said, "What?"
Pulled down the pants and said, what? So I put it in a butt, touch the guts. Oh my god, I'm gonna bust a nut.
Used to be a he, now she a slut.
He used to be a he, now she a slut. She can still hit me with the uppercut.
Hit him with the driver, tee him up.
Hit him with the driver, tee him up, beat him up, eat him up. Eat him up, beat him up.
Had a dream I was skiing, bruh.
Had a dream I was skiing, bruh. Now in life, I be scheming, bruh.
My whole body be gleaming, bruh.
All I do is chug semen, bruh. That was like a Theo Von line. All I do is chug semen, bruh.
I'm upstairs. That's what he says that I love.
You were my brother, Sean.
You were my brother, Sean. You were my brother before dark and after dawn. You were my brother when I was tired and I had to yawn. You were my brother like Peter Yan.
Peter Yan, I am done. Eat the grass. That's a class. That's another
Eat the grass. I see the glass and I eat the grass.
The moment's past. I eat the grass.
Sometimes I just eat the grass.
Sometimes I just eat the grass. Dude, we have to get. We gotta get the bass, the guitar.
My teeth are clasped
We gotta get a drum
around his ass.
I'm telling you, and we have to just record the chunkiest rock song of all time, and just record just like those real reserved like, eat the grass, and just make a song, and just like a 2-minute, and just go on. We gotta.
In my left pocket, I keep a flask.
I hate myself, I wear a mask, and that's why I just eat the grass. I'm eating glass, it shatters my ass. My dad just passed, that's why I just eat the glass. Bro, I'm telling you, it can go on forever. Eat the glass 1, 2, 3, we can just keep making them.
My teeth are brass, my feet are trash.
And that's why I'll just eat your ass.
And the grass. Oh, has that been it for the podcast?
I think so. Has that been it for the podcast? Yeah, I think so, dude.
Bro, that was such a fucking... That was a 50-minute to an hour stretch. Like... That last 10 minutes could only be put in the last 50 in the minutes from 50 to 1 hour.
Bro, I just can't tell if everyone's already turned it off or if they want more.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out next week. Keep up the viewership. No Limit Podcast episode 69.
Damn, this is 69?
Peace.
Love yous.
No.